Hi guys, and I'm back with this review of this loco, which is a Hornby railroad. It is the Duke of Gloucester, and its number is 71000. I have reviewed this loco before, but I wasn't happy with it, so it's been deleted, and then this is going to take its place. And yeah, I know railroad loco is not to everyone's taste, but you never know. Here is some model information. On the 17th of December 2012, Hornby announced that in their 2013 product range, they would make a 71000 Duke of Gloucester in BR Brunswick Green. This model was released later in 2013 and has been praised in reviews by both Hornby and Model Rail magazine. The only well-documented construction of a working live-steam scale Duke of Gloucester model in the Model Engineer magazine was by Dennis Evans of Blackpool in England. It began in 1966 and used the original British Railway and Association Locomotive Equipment drawings. Dennis built 3 Dukes in each completed with full working Capri valve gear. First in 7 1 4/4 inch gauge, then in 5 gauge, and then in 3.5 gauge. The 7 1 4/4 inch gauge Duke won multiple awards at the 48th Model Engineering Expedition in 1979, as did his 3.5 inch gauge loco at the 31st Modelers Engineering Expedition in 1992. So let's look at the front of the loco first, as I always do. As you can tell, it has plastic buffers, which are not sprung, they're just plastic. Hornby had a mistake with them originally. We have some rivets on the buffer beam. We have 3 little lampines at the front. We have the number, which is quite picked out, is 71000. We have the shed code, which is 5A, I think it's Crew North. And then below we have SC, which is self-clean, I believe. We have little handrails on the side. We also have handrails going up the smoke deflectors. And we have a double chimney. As we move on to the side of the loco, we have some red and black lining on the piston chest, I believe it's called. We also can see the wheel configuration here, which is a 462. We have a printed Duke of Gloucester nameplate. We have some moulded details, some piping. We have the safety valves here. We also have I think it's red and black and red lining on the boiler. And then on the chassis we have green, red lining. And we have it's a mechanism, I can't think what it's called, I'll put it down the bottom here in plastic. It was also on the P2, I believe. As we look on the other side, the only difference really is there is less piping round here. We have a different handrail, and we also have the whistle, which is very delicate. As we move on to the cab area of the loco, as you can see here, it has some vents which are moulded, along with lots of moulded piping all along the front of the cab and around the pony truck at the rear. It's all moulded. The pony truck is fixed, and I don't like that. Sorry if that comes over aggressive. We have glazing in the cab, which is a bonus for railroad. We also have a wonderful lining around the number and the bottom half of the cab itself. And we have the power classification now as well. As we move on to the cab itself, it has got glazing at the sides of one, the other one hasn't. There's no detail there, but it's not moulded. It's not painted, sorry. But I will put a picture up how it should look in real life. As we move on to the front of the tender and the side bit, we also have the buffers for the tender there, which are not sprung. We also have the coupling mechanism that Hornby uses, which is plastic and it's rubbish. Has two holes, far away and close coupling. We have detail on the front of the tender, which would like be drawers and stuff for tools and equipment. We have coal hanging out the chute. We have a small handrail up each side of the cab, well, where the cab should be, the tender rail. We also have a lining around the tender, like it has been on our loco. We have, I think it's the late crest, wonderfully printed. We have lots of rivets everywhere you look on the tender. The axle boxes are, well, the axles and the axle boxes are moulded, but not really painted. But you get an idea what the loco would look like. So now to the back of the tender, as you can see, we have the small screw-in coupling. We also have non-sprung buffers, but they are painted. We have two ladders. We also have, I think, some lamp irons. We also have some coal, which you can see the chute of the water, I believe, there. Coal isn't too bad, and the painting isn't too bad, really. And we have the hook as well, just there. The BR Standard Class 8. The BR Standard Class 8 was a class of 462 Pacific steam locomotive designed by Robert Riddles for the use by the British Railways. Only the prototype was constructed, which was named the Duke of Gloucester. Constructed at Crewe Works in 1954, the Duke, as it's popularly known, was a replacement for the destroyed LMS Princess Royal class locomotive number 46202 Prince Anne, which was involved in an accident in 1952. The Duke was based on the Britannia, or the BR Standard Class 7, and it incorporated some of the modifications. Here is some information on the class, or the loco. The power type is steam. As we know, it's Robert Riddles, and it was built at Crewe on April 1954, and only one, as we know, is preserved. It is of Pacific wheel configuration, which is 462. It's of standard gauge, as fuel type is coal. It operated under British Railways. Its classification is at 8P. The number is 71000, and it was withdrawn on December 1962, and it is preserved. Here are the shed codes for the locomotive, and they are basically the same. It's 1948, and its last shed code are 5A Crewe North. So yeah, guys, that's it on the tracks. Must say, it is a lovely loco, bar the one issue of, well, the fixed pony truck, I believe it's called. Next up will be a points test. See how it manages. I expect it to do pretty well. I believe it's got a 5-pole motor with a flywheel. I believe, could be wrong, and if I am, I'm sorry. Well, that went pretty well, I believe. Chinese motor, don't really expect nothing more than that. It should have, it obviously went over it quite well. So yeah, slow speed and running session, and my overall opinion at the end. you can see just past the 9, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the running session. I hope there was enough there for you. My opinion on the standard 8. No, it's a great model and all that. If you're into your railroad stuff, if you're not, then I don't know. If you're not, then you might want to give it a miss. I know some people hate the fixed bogie, fixed pony truck at the back, and I can see why. I hate it too when it hangs out over the bends. It's really off-putting. The plastic coupling there is cheap and tacky. I really hope that's the way Hornby are not going. But I believe you can change it for like a trying metal one, which probably would be better. So yeah, if you're into your one-off locos, this is a must. Obviously, you know, like the original blue Deltic, the APT, the APTE, you know, the W1 if you built one, obviously, the Rocket. If you're into them sort of things, then yeah, even if it's just for show, yeah, it's a must. To the common people who just in the hobby for the fun of it, it's really down to you. It's really down to your taste. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, the locos that are running with it, we have the USA tank. I think it's the S100. It's a lovely runner. A few box fans, as you call them. We have the standard 5, which is a preserve one. City of Peterborough, I believe. This is weathered and it wasn't named at the time. Franco Crusty Boiler, railroad again. Yeah, for that one, Hornby can make a decent loco, surprisingly. And then just poking its head out there, WD 280. Yep, so that's it, guys. They were on show. Oh, and of course, if you can see it, if you can read that. That is my only Fools and Horses bus, the one that blows up in Margate. So yeah. So guys, any reviews, any requests, running session requests, reviews, I will do them. Just to let you know, I think I've recorded up to, well, when this goes out, it's like, what is it, the 10th, it's the 8th of September today. And I've recorded all the way up to the middle of November. So yeah, so when this goes out, it'll be, I think it's beginning of November it goes out, or the end of October, somewhere around there. It's just filling a gap that I deleted the video off. So yeah, guys, any requests, anything you want, let me know. Until next time, guys, it's goodbye from them. It's goodbye from me. Bye.